So the phenomenon of wealthy people frequently leaving the US or permanently leaving the US is nothing new. But leaving the US to me seems to be gaining a little bit of momentum as of late. And I ain't just talking about celebrities, which if you look closely have been leaving the US en masse. But also, and I would say even more noteworthy, the common citizens. This raises a question for me. Are US Americans finally waking up to the so-called dream they were sold? Now look, I know a lot of people are just going to assume that it's all about taxes and money because the US has one of the highest tax rates in the world and they feel that the government is just taking all of their money. Don't come to Germany, by the way. That got a lot to do with it, especially with the rich. But that's not the whole story. It's definitely not all about money. There ain't a place in this old world where you can't make moolah. So then why are people leaving? Or why else might they be leaving? Is it possible that people now see that they've been living a low quality of life when they don't necessarily have to? Could it be that they are now recognizing that other countries offer an immensely better quality of life? Because just as a quick side note, I would bet more on the latter than it being more about money. Because anybody knows as well as I do that as long as a person has tranquility, peace, and comfort in their lives, it ain't gonna matter how much money they got. They're happy. Money ain't shit if you live a hectic, violent, disturbed, stressful life. Having said that, allow me to unpack some shit real quick because there's a lot of stuff going on. Alright, so let's just call it what it is. There is a cloud of evil lurking over the US and it is taking over. It basically lives in the country and it's affecting people like it has never before, and it only seems to get worse. More people are seeing this now and it is driving people away. Hate crimes, mass shootings every fucking week, political polarization. The youth have gone completely batshit and just do whatever the fuck they want, like beating up their teachers. And this ain't even everything that's plaguing the country. In a nutshell, people just don't feel comfortable. They don't feel safe. And honestly, there's nowhere or no one to even look to get that sense of security and comfort. What, when either law enforcement is short-manned or corrupt, and parents and teachers are getting either beaten or killed. And this kind of toxic alertness is widespread from upper to lower society. Those that might and could possibly make a difference are just as fearful because why? They don't want to get canceled. Cancel? Like, what is this? So even they ain't safe in society. Because unfortunately, it's about who can make the most noise, or should I say, who can be the most disruptive rather than what's actually right, which is why they exercise their ability to leave. The fight against mob mentality is a burdening one, even for people with a voice. And it's so much worse when the mob itself doesn't fully understand what it's even upset about. And there's just way too many individual groups that all feel that they're a victim of something. It's just too goddamn much. And since common sense amongst the people is lost or in the toilet, I mean, what does that really say about the state of the country then? I mean, because so when having a choice, why is everyone shooting each other? Why are people choosing to go full fentanyl? Why are children so mean and disrespectful? Why are poor people staying poor? Like, all of these things just really have no solutions or resolutions to them. And not to say that everywhere else is flawless, but these kinds of things could run epidemic in other countries too, but the people don't choose it. 24 countries, last I checked, maybe even more, have a higher number of registered firearms than the US. But not one of them has as many mass shootings, and it's not even close. Now maybe it's the unregistered that's the problem, but the question remains, why are they there? Now thankfully, I personally have been fortunate. Not everyone has the immediate means to just go. Some do have to lay out long-term plans, and that's okay too. But the ones that choose either process, kudos to you for taking action and opening up the world to yourselves. You obviously recognize that the benefit of leaving can greatly outweigh the costs. So remember when going to America was the dream for people? Remember when making it to the land of opportunity was the big thing? That's all but gone now, and such a stiff decline in something so particular is a clear sign that something is wrong. Before all the patriots come after me, I know that there are people in many other countries around the world that are leaving their homes for better lives. It's not exclusive to the US. In this video though, I'm only talking about the US statistics. So what exactly can be done to correct this? Yeah, I don't even know anymore, and it ain't up to me to figure it out. But I do know that it ain't an easy solution. What I would say is starting at the root of it all, meaning tackling the evil that lurks there, would be a start. For instance, some of the very things that the US stands proud about are the very things that they need to make right. Because good luck sorting out things like gun violence and racism with amendments of the Constitution that seem to just about promote those things. If you know, you know.